There's a warning today that our gas and electricity bills could soar over the next decade, possibly by up to 60%. The warning from the energy regulator Ofgem says the expected steep rise in prices is due to dwindling UK gas reserves, ageing power stations and the cost of reducing carbon emissions, all of which are putting future energy supplies at risk. With the details, here's our business correspondent, John Moylan.
How much will we pay for gas and electricity in the next decade? The energy regulator has been looking at a range of possibilities, but in every case, our bills go significantly higher.
In order to go green and in order to replace some of our very old power station stock, it's going to cost a huge amount of money. And on any of our scenarios, it's between 100 billion and 200 billion pounds. And that, frankly, just comes through to our bills.
According to Ofgem, the cost to households will be high. The report predicts prices could rise from between 14 to 25% after inflation, but it warns of a possible increase of 60% if gas supplies get tight. That's a worry for families like the Whelans in Gloucestershire. Their energy bills have doubled in recent years, so they've had to economise.
We're very worried. Obviously, from our perspective, we already cut back. The heating goes on for an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, and that's all we do. So where we cut back, I don't know. So it is a major concern for us.
And it's not just prices. There are also fears of a looming energy gap. At the heart of this report is a fundamental question. Will our demand for energy in the coming decade be met by the available supply? And the controversial conclusion could have implications for all of us, for it warns there is no guarantee that the lights will stay on. Overall, Ofgem says that we should be all right, but it warns that under extreme conditions, businesses could face power cuts in order to maintain supplies to our homes. Critics say that's because, unlike other countries, we historically failed to take long-term energy decisions. The French embraced nuclear energy back in the 70s. Today it still produces more than 70% of the nation's electricity. Japan has ploughed resources into liquefied natural gas. It's now the world's biggest consumer of LNG. And after years of burning fossil fuels, the US has just committed to a huge increase in renewables. So how do we compare?
In the most extreme scenario, we can still guarantee domestic energy supply in full flow. Now, we have a very resilient energy system. We're seeing a lot of energy plant being constructed at the moment, enough to fuel 14 million homes.
For 20 years, successive governments have relied upon our open, competitive energy market to deliver stable prices and security of supplies. This report suggests that they may have to think again. John Moylan, BBC News.